and welcome to More to the Story. My name is Michelle Ankerberg, and I'm here with my cousin Jeff Palanch. And today we have the privilege of interviewing my parents, John and Darlene Ankerberg. And we're going to find out a little bit about how they got into the ministry and about how the Lord has led them together over the years.
So you guys have now been married over 50 years. I'd love to hear some of the things that you've learned from each other and from the process of being married.
Oh, wow. You have to learn to be supportive of each other in everything that you're doing. John was always supportive of me. He never held me back from whatever I wanted to do. I think it's communication with each other and just trust. There are so many things involved in it. I don't know. You just learn so many things. There was R.C. Sproul used to tell us. He said he had known his wife since they were in grade school, and high school, and college, and then they got married. And he said he woke up one morning and he said, "Who is this woman?" He thought he knew her really well. Yeah. So, but. You know, we've just always worked. We've just always worked together. We've always worked it out. There's always so much forgiveness and love, and your love. It gets even better than from when you were dating and when you got married. And that's, I think, one of the keys.
Yeah, one of the things I didn't know about Darlene is how good she is with other people. Okay, I think she's much better with other people than I am. And it shows here in our staff. People don't realize she's almost like the CEO of the whole 40 staff that we work with here, besides the 600 operators out in Oklahoma City. The fact is that she meets with every one of them. She pays all the bills. She talks to all the lawyers. She's got to keep the books. She's got to do the audits. And she's got to run the staff, and she can do that with the smoothness that I've never seen with anybody else. So she's got talent galore with people. They all love her, they all take care of her, and they want to be around her. So her phone at home just rings all the way right up to about 10, 11 o'clock, you know, and I said, turn the phone off, because it's ringing. Yeah. And, you know, everybody knows her. So,
I don't know, we've just always worked together. You know, I've had people say, how can you work with your husband? I don't know, we've just always done it. The Lord's just given us that togetherness. And
well, there's many in the ministry that their wives or they don't work with their husbands that are in ministry, so they have no idea what that's like. And so, and maybe they couldn't work with him, I don't know. But you know, but the fact that you have that, it is a special relationship that you complement one another.
And she's in on all the big decisions.
Right.
Okay, so one of the first people I want to ask is, what do you think about this, and this? And what I ask her is scary stuff. It's not, you know, most husbands do not come home and ask questions like I ask of Darlene. What would you think about going into Asia? What would you think about going into, let's take the Scandinavian countries, and they want me to come for a conference. To ask those kinds of questions of your wife and then be able to travel and do that kind of stuff is rugged. You know, when we used to do 40 banquets in a summer, different cities across the country where we would meet donors, she was a star in doing all of that. She could meet the people, remember the names, you know, ask about all the kids and all this stuff. And I'm just saying that she's got a special talent at doing that, and everybody, I think, recognizes that. And I certainly do. I've seen her tell off millionaires that have been lying to me. And she doesn't mess around. She just tells them right off and then walks right out of the room.
That's right.
And I'm saying, well, that ends that meeting.
But you're the very much, you think outside the box, and here's what we're going to do. And she picks up all the pieces and is a very detailed person. And that's what you need for this type of thing.
That's right.
You know, it's really funny. We may have been at the office all day, and it's so funny, we all have different schedules and we have different cars. But yet, I go home and I either go in the door and I think, it makes me happy to see him, even though I may have just seen him 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you learn things spiritually too, because
oh yeah.
you have to recognize when you do big events that you have no money for, and you ask God to arrange it, and you ask together, that when He does, it blows your mind. You just say, I can't believe that, God, you actually did that one. And the first 28 years of the ministry, we were always $300,000 or $400,000 behind at the end of the year. We lived with that, for the first 28 years. Then God started blessing the ministry and took that burden off of us. Doesn't mean that we don't have a burden of always wondering about what's coming in. But the fact is, we've given it to the Lord, and she keeps the books on this. And, then we have a wonderful staff. I mean, it is fun to come to work because we've got talented people that are fun to be around. Okay, so it's fun seeing them. And some of them have been here 40 years, 35 years, 30 years. You come here and you get your 10-year plaque in a hurry and you say, you've been here for 10 years already? And they have been. And you don't recognize how fast time is going along. But you have to have a special staff. You have to have a special person that can lead that staff. I'm over here making decisions about where we're going, and then the staff has to get us there.
Yeah. I think some of the sweetest times we have are at night when we go to bed. And so whoever has the glasses or whoever's, we're both maybe be reading our Bible or reading a devotional thing. And John will say, can you read to me what you're reading? Because I can't see the page anymore. So I will read whatever I was reading, and vice versa. So there's many nights that we do that,
And that should be very important in a relationship. I mean, that should be first. That whether you read together, pray together, we've done that as a family,
Yeah,
that's
we pray every night as a family.
Right.
And those are really, really special times.
Yeah, when we were a little younger, and when you were smaller, the fact is that we thought we'd get involved more in the church too. So we used to teach the single and divorced kids.
Right.
And that thing grew, and all those kids, they grew spiritually, and then some became leaders in the church, some became missionaries. So every part that you give to God, God uses. So it's amazing to see what God does if you just open the door to Him and say, okay, I'm available. And that became fun too. I mean, working with God and working in His world and working with His people is fun to meet those people.
Right.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to watch full programs of The John Ankerberg Show and learn how you can partner with us in bringing the gospel around the world, just click on the link nearby.